Hello, future TK families. My name is Ms Simba, and I just wanted to give you a tour of our beautiful transitional kindergarten classroom at the amazing, fantastic Prescott School. Now, before I show you the classroom, I want to start with a little history lesson. Prescott has been around for over 150 years. It has a wonderful, rich legacy of being not only the oldest school in the district, but one of the first schools to hire the first school to hire the district's Black teacher, Dr. Ida Louise Jackson. And this proud African-American history is one that continues throughout the school, even as young as our kindergarten. So I just wanted to start off by that. So here we go. Over here, you will see our cubbies. Students come in every morning and usually try to put their bags and their jackets into the cubbies. This is what happens when the students run right before lunch. Some bags get thrown on the ground, some jackets get dropped on the ground, and they will pick them all up, because one of the big things we practice in TK is that they are practicing their independence, they're practicing being responsible, so they'll come and clean that up later. In our TK classroom, we have wonderful, huge desks where students all have their space. At the moment, we sit 3 kids at a table. We've been able to fit up to 4 or 5 kids at a table, which has been great. And so this is where students do the majority of their academic work. And speaking of academic work, we have our boxes right at the back. And this is where students, when it's time to do their work, this is what students come out and get. So let me show you a little bit of what we do in the classroom. One thing that's really important in our classroom is working on our letters and writing. And so it's really just 10 minutes every day. So just practicing writing different letters, practicing those fine motor skills, holding a pencil, how to do it, writing their B's. We start with uppercase letters, and then later on, we'll go into lowercase letters. We'll try writing some words, and it's really as much as they can do. If students aren't ready completely to read the words or even spell them, that's a-okay. The most important thing about TK is just that exposure. We also spend a lot of time in TK working on our names. That's a huge goal in TK, is that students will be able to finish the year by being able to write their first and their last name. We also have time where students can, once I get this out, where students have time to work in their notebooks, where they have time to do pictures, to do scribbles, to write stories. And it's a huge book, so they'll be working on it the whole year. And that way we can start to see the progress of how students develop over a couple of weeks. In our boxes, we also have our library books that students check out once a week, and these are the books that they get to keep in their box. These are the books that they get to keep in their box, and just practice reading it, practice those beginning book skills, learning how to turn a page, learning how to look at pictures, learning how to point at different words, just getting familiar and just having a love of learning. And also, the last thing in our box are our math workbooks. Again, the important thing is just getting kids exposed. So again, things like colors, shapes, recognizing writing numbers, and starting off by tracing and then writing them independently, and just really always doing their best. If they don't get it the first time or the second time or the third time, that's a-okay. In TK, we just try our best, and we just practice as much as we can. Great, so that's the academics part, the daily literacy and daily math. Coming over here, we also have our science. We're currently working on a unit on what animals need to survive. We're working on a collage. So we're cutting out food. We were cutting out and coloring water. And this is a way that students can practice not only scientific concepts, but gluing and cutting, in addition to sorting. So I give them a plate with lots of different pictures, and they have to sort, okay, which ones are food, which ones are not food, and then if it is food, they put it down. And then again, just practicing, writing those words and those letters as best as they can. In addition to science, we also have history. And so, like I said, Prescott is very proud of our amazing legacy of Black history, and we are learning about people who are brave. So we've been learning about Frederick Douglass, we've been learning about Harriet Tubman, Alma Woodsey Thomas, and Louis Armstrong. And so we start off by looking at an illustration of different figures, and then having a discussion. We start off saying what we noticed. So in the picture of Harriet Tubman, students noticed that she was holding a lamp. They noticed that her clothes are dark purple. And then after we talked about, Harriet Tubman and her legacy, we read some of that, and I asked students what they knew, and they said, I know that Harriet Tubman ran away. They knew that she was a spy and she had a sword, and they knew that she had other people run away. And they still had questions about why did she run away, because again, history is not about knowing everything the first time around. It's just about learning legacies and people and examples that we can learn from, including our Martin Luther King remembrance activity, where we drew our self-portraits. Again, back to some literacy. We have lots and lots of letter practices. We have a Prescott map that was made by 4th and 5th graders. We have our colors. We have our shapes. We have our schedule. So we arrive in the morning. We have our morning meeting. We have our story, breakfast, outdoor play, literacy, go noodle dancing. We have science and social studies and dance and drumming and music. We study our calendar. We have math, more play, more stories, and then we get dismissed. We have our calendar. We work on the month, the days of the week, and numbers. Here we're working on number recognition. At the end of the day, a student gets to be the teacher, and they get to read our author of the month. This month, our author is Dr. Seuss. So the kids will make up a Dr. Seuss story based on the pictures. For math, we also have lots and lots of manipulatives. So we have some pattern blocks that students use, and they can make a pattern. We have bears that students can use, and students can put on top of the counting frame so they can count. And we have dominoes that students can sort by color. And if they don't want to do any of that and they just want to play with the manipulatives, that is fine as well. We have lots and lots of indoor toys. We have cars, we have cubes, we have people, we have food, we have magnet tiles, we have puzzles, lots and lots of puzzles. We have a puppet. We have a wonderful, wonderful library with little and big books. And then we have our fantastic kitchen. And so that is the classroom indoors. And then when you come outside, we have a beautiful play structure that we share with the kindergarten classroom. We make sure that we come outside every single day, unless it's raining, and even if it's raining, only if it's raining super duper hard do we stay inside. And then we have our beautiful, beautiful early childhood outdoor yard that the students play in. They threw down all the tables so that they can make a plane. We've got a beautiful garden that they work in. We've got houses that they play in. We have a science library outside. We have tables where we sit outside and eat. We have a stage where we sit outside and we do our morning meeting. And that's basically it. Yeah, thank you so much for coming on this virtual tour. This is Ms Simba at Prescott, and we hope to see you soon at our TK. Bye.